Hello, wonderful people. I'm Roxanne, your host, and we're so thrilled to be hanging out with you all again today, whether you're listening on your commute, going for a walk, or just chilling at home. Hold on tight because we have such a great topic lined up for you. Loving the wrong person. And this is part one because we have a lot to cover. But before we get started, first, please like and follow our channel. And now I would like to welcome my co-host, the Professor. How are you, Professor?
Good morning, and how are you today?
I'm doing wonderfully well, thank you. And how about you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What do you think about our today's topic, loving the wrong person?
I think this is a topic that's going to touch a lot of people.
Yes.
Because there are so many things that make loving the wrong person. There's so many areas to cover.
Yes. Oh, there is.
So I don't think 1 and 2 will probably be it. There'll probably be 3, 4, and 5 down the road.
Well, we'll try to cover most of the highlights of this topic. And it just feels like one of those days where we just need to pull up a comfy chair, get real, and have a good heart-to-heart with our listeners. Don't you agree?
I got my coffee. I'm in a comfy chair.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay, well, today's topic, loving the wrong person, and again, this is part one, is basically a universal rite of passage. It sounds heavy at first, but I promise we're bringing all the positive vibes, zero judgment, and lots of clarity. Because we've all been there, right, Professor?
Absolutely.
The good is realizing you're with the wrong person isn't a failure. It can be the plot twist that pushes you toward the right person.
Amen to that.
And I love the saying, it's a stepping stone. And we're going to share and have a few aha moments and offer you the best tools to recognize when a relationship might not be your perfect match. Professor, you ready to dive in?
I am. But can I just say something real
Yes,
quick?
Please.
As we go through this, I hope people understand. I hear too many times, I hate these relationships. I'm tired of being treated like this. Both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be accountable for your actions as well, because you either contributed to it or you let it happen.
Right.
You didn't stop it when you saw the red flags. You kept going past that. So you have to hold some accountability to yourself.
Definitely. And in relationships, we all should do that.
But a lot of people want to blame everything on the one person.
Or something else.
Yeah.
Now, we want to make sure you understand. Love doesn't always mean compatibility. Sometimes you can genuinely love someone and still be completely wrong for each other. Loving the wrong person is like having the right Wi-Fi password for the wrong network. You keep typing it in, but you're still not getting connected. So, because we're going to discuss, love can be real while compatibility is poor.
Compatibility. We overlook that.
Yes, because it's that love thing.
Yes.
That
your heart's pounding, your stomach's turning, your body's shaking. Oh my God, look at that person. No, compatibility is a big thing.
Yes. And chemistry is not the same as compatibility, since we're on that topic.
No. Chemistry is your body reacting to the excitement and everything that's going on. Compatibility is where two people are connected in multiple levels. That means the compatibility is there. You not think the same, but you think very like-minded. You keep doing the same things. You know, when you shouldn't be dating someone identical to you, because then growth is not there, because you both fall into the same traps. But you should look at somebody who enjoys some of the same things as you.
Right.
Because you're not going to enjoy everything. Do you enjoy doing everything that your partner likes doing?
No. No. Not at all. And you don't have to, because you're individuals.
Right. So, but if your husband's sitting there and he's watching wrestling or boxing or whatever he likes to watch, do you sit down and watch with him?
Not necessarily. I have my own media solutions.
But if he asked you, would you?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you can, it's a give and take.
Right. But vice versa. If you asked him to sit and watch a movie with you, he'd do it, right?
Maybe.
Don't make me call that man.
Right. Now listen, you can kind of piggybacking on what you're saying, you can care deeply about someone who doesn't share your values, goals, or vision for the future. You can care deeply, but would that work? If you don't have the same values, goals, or vision for the future, that might not be the right person.
Yeah, I mean, again,
not to cut you off, Professor, but looking at a TV show, sitting down, that's
I'm not
trivial.
Yeah, but I'm saying just from basic compatibility and up, because some of the little things sometimes mean more than the big things. But if you're, let's say, your political views are not the same, we're seeing relationships being destroyed over political views.
Right.
So you got to have some compatibility in everything from political all the way through.
Right. And that's what we're saying here too. Loving someone and not having the same values or goals or visions, that can hinder a relationship, just what you're saying. Now, what about when chemistry makes you ignore the red flags? Sometimes the attraction is so strong that common sense quietly leaves the building.
Hello. You know what happens there, right? We jump into bed right away because all reasoning goes out the window. Next thing you know, you're pregnant.
Because of the chemistry.
And
then you see 17 red flags and say, I think they're great for decorations.
But you're not lying there. There are people see the red flags, but a lot of times people think they can turn the red flags to green flags.
Right. And not so much.
No. If a dog's got spots, you can't change the spots on the dog. You can spray paint the dog, but still going to be the dog.
Right. And that takes me to that old saying, you can't change the spots on a leopard or something like that. You can't. Something like that.
But that's the thing is, again, we take chemistry, we take these things and we think that we can mold and change people.
Right.
What you see is what you're going to get.
Right. If you're seeing it, that's the key.
But you gotta take the beer goggles off.
Right.
Look at the person. Open your eyes and look.
And like I said, a lot of times they want to take that red flags and dip it in green dye,
Yeah, because ultimately the first 3 months is your honeymoon phase. That's your I'm in love, and as once you get past that, or even sooner, hopefully you're seeing through that honeymoon phase. You should be collecting the data. You should be looking at all these things,
right?
And then you should be evaluating them things and going, "Oh, hold on, that don't make sense."
Right. And that's the point of why do we sometimes explain away obvious warning signs? It's just what you're saying. It's early in the relationship. There are so many reasons. You don't want to see, you ignore the red flags.
Because your heart's beating, your emotions
the chemistry is there.
Chemistry, we
have such good chemistry in bed.
Yeah.
But where's the chemistry when you're both in the real world?
Because we're so quick. People, there was a survey done a long time ago, And people who waited to have sex as opposed to those having sex in a short period of time. Those that were in a short period of time, they didn't see anything because they got caught up into that emotion,
the
that emotional connection.
Yeah.
Those who didn't actually saw things differently.
Right.
Because you allowed your emotions, you've made that connection so quickly that you don't want to see the other things.
Right. And are they seeing the person as they are or as they hope they'll become?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of times it's what you want them to be.
Right.
That knight in shining armor or that princess, that queen. Again, we move too quick.
Right. And then the question is, when does attraction becomes an excuse for tolerating unhealthy behavior? That's that chemistry. Mm-hmm. So you tolerate more because you're involved. You're caught up into that chemistry pool, right?
Emotions, that's a dangerous thing. Because when you get caught up in those emotions, especially when it becomes sexual emotions, ooh.
Right.
People do some dumb stuff.
Yep. Now, are you loving the person or are you loving their potential? Now that's a big one.
One of the things that we tend to do, and I think this is more on women than men, and that is we see what someone could be in our head as opposed to what they are now.
Right.
Because what you see now is probably going to be that same person later on down the road.
And more of it.
Yeah.
Whatever you see.
So, you're only getting the sugar-coated version right now because you're in the honeymoon phase.
And, I've had clients where when they first meet and they begin living together, of course, as you said earlier, sometimes it's sooner than they should. Guy has well, let me say one of them they both have good jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them they get together, pooling their money together, doing great things. And then all of a sudden, one of them falls back on the job market. And then their looking time goes by a month, 2 months, 6 months, and one is still pulling the weight. So it's like, and then you ask you ask your client, well, what is it? Well, they're smart, and I know they'll get a good job. I know they can get a good job because they're smart and they know the industry. So here's that potential, but you're not looking at what's happening 6 months, 8 months in front of you.
Well, a lot of times they just see the person going to work. But when that person comes home and they're telling you, oh man, today I had to cuss someone out, or today, I got back from lunch late. You didn't hear all the pre-stuff prior. They're telling themselves that job's not going to last long.
Right. Right.
Now, it's a difference if you got laid off. Right. But if you got fired.
Or just quit for no reason.
Right.
Because they weren't paying enough.
Because you didn't listen to the red flags or saw the red flags when they were popping up.
Exactly. And dating someone's potential, you know what it's like, Professor?
Go.
It's like buying a lottery ticket and then become upset when you find out all you bought was just a bunch of losing numbers.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Now,
and it is because when we see, there comes to have to be a point in your life when you have to say, people have a type, or, I like that guy with the clean cut and everything, but with a bad boy side. We have all these ridiculous expectations of people instead of just looking at who they are.
Right. And then thinking in your head, oh, they'll change.
Yeah. No.
They'll change when they know how much I really love them. And then they'll change. Here's another. They'll change once they get their life together. How long will you wait for that? Or they'll change once they stop talking to their ex.
Here's something for you. A man, not even married to this woman, helps her through school, pays her schooling, does all that stuff. She always goes out with her friends, never has time for him, but he takes care of her, puts her through school, pays for her rent. And then once school is over and she gets a nice job, then she says, we're just not on the same path anymore. I make more money than you.
Wow. Yeah.
There was your red flag.
Right.
You're not married. Where's your protection? Do you have an agreement? Nothing. So, we keep doing because there's potential. You think that after they're done with the college, we're going to build a company together, we're going to do all this together. No.
Right.
Stop thinking of when you look at, because no discussion was had. They say, well, I want to go to beauty school. You pay for beauty school. But they didn't tell you what they were going to do after. They just want to go do this.
Right. Wow. Now, and then here's, expecting your partner to change, or you're waiting for them to change.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe after commitment, maybe when they're ready for commitment. But again, as you're saying, one partner is taking care of the other and helping them with their goals. And once they reach their goals, then they're gone. No commitment, no togetherness, no nothing.
We don't ask questions. Listen up, people. You're just dating, and your other partner says, hey, okay, now I want to go back to school, or I want to start a business, all that stuff, and it's going to cost this. And they say, well, you know what? I've got some extra money I can put in. No, you shouldn't be offering any of that, because first off, you've only known them for a couple months.
Right.
Secondly, I've talked about this before in financial, don't share money. You're not married.
Right.
And secondly, you don't have, you've asked no questions. You don't know where it's going, what he's doing, where's it going to go from there. And you have no letter drawn up saying that, they would owe you back the money or nothing, because I love him. Come on.
And love doesn't take you 100%. It'll take you so far. Now, one thing that they can, our listeners can ask themselves, am I loving who this person actually is, or who I believe they could become again? And ask yourself, you're loving the wrong person when your heart says yes, but your brain says, you better sit down. You better sit down and think about it.
The late, great, amazing, beautiful woman once said, what's love got to do with it?
Oh, yeah.
And we throw that word around so easily.
Because your heart will go places that your mind is telling you, make a U-turn. And sometimes our emotions are making decisions our wisdom wouldn't approve.
Well, you can't, sometimes when you are in that phase that your emotions, everything's being, sometimes you got to take a step back.
Right.
And evaluate. Don't be afraid to do that.
Exactly.
Check yourself.
And then sometimes your heart is saying, give them another chance. And your brain is in the corner holding up a PowerPoint presentation titled Evidence. Now, emotions can overpower logic, as we were saying, and then there's danger making permanent decisions based on temporary feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Attachment can make unhealthy relationships feel impossible to leave. And I hope our listeners are taking notes. Now, you're loving the wrong person when the relationship requires you to keep fixing everything. And if you're constantly fixing the relationship or in charge of damage control, you're not dating anymore. You've become manager of customer service.
Wow. And you have a way of putting things in perspective there.
Yeah. And we're kind of winding this down because we have so much content to discuss, but relationships require efforts from both people. One person can't communicate, apologize, compromise, heal, and grow without the other taking part and being a part of the process. It's, as we were saying, it's a two-party process.
It's a corporation. True love is a business. You have to look at it as two people coming together and running this love business together.
Exactly. And what happens when you're always the one initiating difficult conversations? Because difficult conversations are inevitable.
Oh, absolutely. You can't. No matter where the relationship, what stages is, there's always conversations to have. Some people don't like having them. Some people don't know how to handle it.
And some people avoid it.
And they avoid them.
Right. Because they don't want to discuss it. Yeah. When you're getting another job, when you're going to start helping out with the bills. Yeah. They avoid it like a plague. Now, Professor, as we close part 1 of Loving the Wrong Person, listeners, I want to make sure you come back next week for part 2. But today we're going to leave you with this. Sometimes the hardest person to let go is the person you still love. And we touched, that's one of our podcasts. You can go back and catch that, listeners. But remember, loving someone doesn't mean you have to lose yourself trying to keep them. And the right relationship shouldn't require you to constantly question your worth, your value, or whether you're enough. So if you're loving the wrong person, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it, grow from it, and most importantly, don't let the wrong relationship convince you that you're incapable of being loved the right way. Because the goal isn't to find someone to love. The goal is to find someone you can love without losing yourself in the process. Right, Professor? Any last words before I close it out?
You have to stop. Say to yourself, what has love got to do with it? And ask the difficult questions of yourself.
Yes.
Is this person right for me?
Right. And are we going in the same direction? That's important.
Because we have to, at some point, you have to evaluate, take the data, put it together, and make a conscious decision.
Exactly.
Because what has love got to do with it? That's the whole thing. We want to say, I love them, but you don't look at anything that's happening. Sometimes stop, turn away, evaluate.
Exactly.
But don't make compromises.
Right.
Because the moment you say, well, I can forgive it. It's a quirk. I can let it go.
Right.
It's not that. It's a flag.
Those are good points, Professor. And we want to remind our listeners, please don't forget to like, follow, download, and share this episode with someone who may benefit from this podcast. And you can find us at relationshipcoachinggroup.com, where you can email us if you have any questions or comments, or just want to learn about the services we offer. So until next time, take care of your heart, choose wisely, and never forget, you are too valuable to settle for just attention rather than genuine affection.
Because what's love got to do with it?
You like that, don't you, Professor?
I do. Because you know what? We hear that term thrown around so much, that they love this person. And there's way more to it than the emotional and the physical and everything else.
There is.
But to our listeners, thank you for your continued support. Because without you, this is all waste of time. But because of you guys, we keep doing this, and we hope that we can help someone. Remember, we offer a 30-minute free session.
Yes.
Free of charge, no matter where you are. We're happy to talk to you. So much love and blessings to you all.
Thank you. And remember, you're not alone. Together, we got this.
We got you.